Growing up on the outskirts of a town where civilization did not rush forward at the speed we know today, my family led a simple, unhurried life. We were not wealthy, and luxuries were sparse, but one of the few treasures in our home was my father's collection of diaries and journals. These were not merely notebooks. They were the carefully curated archives of his life. My father had an unyielding commitment to documenting every significant moment, every triumph and defeat, every joy and sorrow. When I spent time with my mother, I would often hear her complain about my father's obsession with his diaries. She saw them as a source of marital strife, arguing that revisiting those pages could reignite long-buried conflicts and revive ill-forgotten memories best left in the past. But we were wrong. I was wrong. As a young man, still naive to the complexities of human interactions and the subtleties of communication, I sided with my mother. I saw my father's meticulous record-keeping as a sign of an inability to let go, a refusal to move on. It seemed to me, and my mother, that he was trapped by his memories, clinging to every slight and grievance, unable to forgive or forget. I thought his habit was unhealthy, a constant reopening of old wounds. However, as I grew older, I found myself reflecting deeply on my father's habit of chronicling his life. I started to understand the true purpose behind his painstaking documentation. He was not merely a man who couldn't forget, he was a man who refused to be forgotten. In our modern world, where information is fleeting and memories can be easily distorted, my father understood the importance of a concrete record. His diaries were not just a means of holding on to the past, but a tool for self-preservation. They served as his shield against the subtle, often insidious, force of gaslighting. Looking back now, I am astonished at the foresight and resilience my father must have possessed to undertake such a meticulous project. His diaries were his defense against the ever-changing narratives of those around him. They were a testament to his experiences, a way to ensure that his version of events would not be overshadowed or erased. As I delve deeper into my own journey to psychological manipulation and the subtle art of persuasion in the workplace, I realize how crucial it is to have such records. My father's diaries were his lifeline, his way of maintaining a sense of control and autonomy in a world where others might seek to undermine his credibility. They were his way of asserting his truth, of standing firm against the tides of forgetfulness and revisionism. In writing this book, I have come to appreciate the profound wisdom in my father's actions. His diaries were not a sign of weakness or an inability to let go, but rather a powerful tool for preserving his identity and integrity. They were a way of saying, "This is my life, these are my truths, and they matter." I now understand the depth of his commitment to documenting his life and the countless experiences that must have driven him to take up his pen day after day. I see his diaries as a testament to the human spirit's resilience, a precautionary measure against being silenced or manipulated. Today, as a reflection of my experiences and a means of comprehending the intricate dynamics of human interactions, keeping recordings has greatly aided me in understanding my surroundings and the individuals within them. I guarantee that if you can follow the same steps, you will experience the same positive outcome. Your words will no longer be subject to contradiction or manipulation, as keeping journals will allow you to maintain a clear perception of reality. Remember that persuasion in the workplace is a subtle and often sinister phenomenon. It weaves its web in offices and workplaces around the globe. It is a silent predator, lurking in the shadows, influencing behaviors, decisions, and the very essence of one's professional existence. Recognizing manipulative colleagues and bosses, developing strategies to counteract such manipulation, and maintaining professional boundaries are crucial steps toward fostering a healthier work environment. or, in most cases, keeping your head in the game and ensuring your own success. For every successful partnership is built on the belief that the end justifies the means. Psychological Persuasion and Manipulation, The Slavery of the Mind, is a book born out of experience. Serving as torchlight, it will help you to recognize manipulative colleagues and bosses. Recognizing manipulative behaviors in the workplace can often be compared to seeing the forest for the trees. These behaviors are usually cloaked in professionalism and veiled by the norms of office decorum, making them difficult to spot. The subtle saboteur. One of the most common forms of workplace manipulation is subtle sabotage. This colleague may appear helpful and cooperative on the surface, but secretly undermines your efforts. They might accidentally forget to inform you about important meetings, misplace your documents, or fail to forward critical emails. Their actions are always plausible enough to be written off as simple mistakes, but the cumulative effect is significant. The emotional manipulator. Emotional manipulators adept at playing with your feelings to achieve their ends. They might use guilt, flattery, or fear to influence your actions. For instance, a boss who makes you feel guilty for taking time off, or a colleague who excessively flatters you to gain your favor. These tactics are designed to keep you in a state of emotional turmoil, making you more susceptible to their influence. The credit thief. This individual takes credit for your work and ideas. They might present your ideas as their own in meetings, or conveniently forget to mention your contributions when discussing successful projects. This form of manipulation can be particularly demoralizing, as it not only diminishes your achievements but also hampers your professional growth. The blame shifter. Blame shifters are quick to point fingers when things go wrong, but rarely take responsibility for their own mistakes. They create a narrative where others are always at fault, ensuring they come out unscathed. This can lead to a toxic work environment where trust is eroded and collaboration is stifled. We have been metaphorically told that there is an invisible chain that held so many back. The subtle yet pervasive influence of systematic control we humans inflict on one another under the clothing of societal norms, religious doctrines, and cultural and environmental expectations that conditioned individuals to accept a life of mediocrity. It is an insidious whisper that sowed seeds of doubt and fear, convincing people that their dreams were out of reach. It loomed large, dipping its roots in families, personal relationships, friends, and other social circles. And for those who refuse to be conditioned by its influence, this book will help them master the art of designing their fate and reconditioning themselves to withstand whatever pressures come their way. Grab a copy of this book today. Psychological Persuasion and Manipulation, The Slavery of the Mind. This book will deliver a deeper understanding of the psychological effects of persuasion and manipulation, making it easier for you to embrace its knowledge while guiding you toward a future where you are the master of your own fate.